before we start, you said you're from New Orleans.
My family, yeah. So shout out to all my family.
You know what this is.
Yes.
So we won't get too far into his history, but inside of him is a more noble cause than what he used to do before. And so we've got some different types of questions. We're going to pull them out randomly. Okay. See how you think sort of on your feet,
all right,
creatively, and see what's going on here. First question. Is there a stereotype that you would like to address?
Oh my gosh. I'll say what I say this a lot in public speaking. I walk into every room as a Black woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's something people see when I first walk in. But I want when people see a Black woman, I want them to see the confidence and, strength that we all elude. I think the stereotype I have to fight against a lot. Like people always ask me why I'm always smiling. I think that's honestly a natural. Like my parents will just justify.
It's not put
I
on.
came out smiling. Like I am a happy person by nature. I don't know why that's not a norm. But like naturally people think I'm going to be this angry Black woman. And that's a stereotype like I just want to like end. And also like to say if somebody's not a smiler as a Black woman, that they're not necessarily angry.
Right.
Like, I mean, there's so many things that people are going through in life. And honestly, some people show happiness through different things. Like I said, I'm a smiler. I happen to, and shout out to my dentist that also keeps me right.
Sure.
But this is naturally just me. Again, I come from a Southern family, like extrovert, always talking, always engaging with folks. Like that's kind of how it was.
Yeah.
Like I had a good childhood that I enjoyed. I worked hard, but I had a good childhood. So I think that's the thing. I just want people to understand like Black women are so dynamic and so diverse. Stop kind of trying to put us in that little angry Black woman stereotype. It started a lot during the election too with when Kamala Harris was running.
Sure.
But yeah, I want them to see Black girl. I'm a big movement. I'm a big promoter of the movement for Black boy joy and Black girl joy. And that's honestly what I try to promote and share. So maybe that should be the new stereotype.
Okay.
Joy.
Yeah, joy. I think joy is great. Where do you think that stereotype comes from, and how do you address maybe the root of it? Is it a Hollywood thing?
Yeah.
Is it a TV
I think
thing?
definitely Hollywood, right? I mean, that's like the role that I think often, is portrayed.
Eddie Murphy in his movies, like, but there's the large Black family who's yelling at each other.
Yep, and that's what people will like assume. And so, I think, but that's kind of why it's on all of us, right? I do want people to see, like, I'll never forget when I first went. Europe was the first place I went to outside the U.S. And I'll never forget. I came off the plane. I was doing a study abroad program, and I had a friend Kirk. He was in high school, and he had cornrows, and I had my big curly like hair. And I'll never forget. They were like Beyonce, Snoop Dogg, and again we were in Europe, and so but that was when they saw like a Black woman with big hair, right? Beyonce came to mind, which I do not mind getting compared to Beyonce. But, and then they saw Kurt and he had these cornrows and, they thought a Snoop Dogg. But I say that to say like, because they watch movies, right? And they listen to music. And I think for me, that's why it's been so cool to like be on programs in like Dubai and all these different places, like just showcasing a whole different way and view, what Black women can be. And so that's why I think representation and visibility is very big to me. And so especially like when I get offers to be on, especially in like international places, I could go on in Canada a great deal. It means something.
Just jump at it.
It means something because I know what I can, represent. Like when I was in Dubai, we were talking about, honestly, we're talking about Cleopatra. And they had me on. Jada Pinkett Smith did that Netflix series. I don't know if you guys remember that. And, I have a degree in African American Studies as well. And we're talking about if Cleopatra, was Black. And literally the whole conversation was, well, how could her skin be the star? I mean, all these just different things. So again, I understand that like people come from different backgrounds. We all bring different biases to our work, right? To be fair. But I know me being there meant something and that they respected my opinion and valued my opinion. And every time I talk, I just hope to change or touch one mind.
Sure.
Change or touch one mind.
One thing at a time.
One thing at a time. Yeah. So I can't like tackle it all myself. I know there's many other Black women who also try to, but like for me, that's a big one. Like I just think like, please don't put us in that box. Like I have to fight against that, so much. Like I own being a Black woman. Like that's the one constant I have in life, right? I came into this world a Black woman and I will leave this world a Black woman.
Can't
that's the one constant, right? But I love it and I want others to love and see why I love it. And so it's kind of been one of my life mottos and mission.
All right, that's cool.
Long way of answering your question.
I love it. We like long answers or short ones. So I've asked this a couple times to a variety of people. So it always makes me chuckle. Have you ever been to a monster truck rally?
Actually, I have, because I worked for NASCAR.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been to the funnest thing I've ever done was a school bus race in Charlotte, North Carolina.
School bus race.
Most fun thing I've ever seen. Okay. Like raggedy school buses racing around the racetrack.
Now, before you'd done that, real quick, would you have ever in a million years be like, this is something I want to do?
No.
Until you've done it.
Until you've done it. So you have to give an opportunity. One of the most fun. So if I go back to Charlotte, I hope they're still doing them. I would love to go back to a school bus race.
So what was something about that or the monster truck rally that stood out to you as, I can't believe this X.
Yeah, I think just the crowd, like everyone was just so accepting, and like I think I thought like when I went there, I'm like, okay, I'm probably gonna stand out here with this audience and crowd. But, like it was the complete opposite. Like they just were like having fun and talking, typical like game, like people drinking and like just having fun. And I think that's what I enjoy. Like that's what one thing I love about sports is just how it really does like bring. Maybe Monster Sports isn't a full sport, but kind of in a way like bringing people together, right? In the sense of like,
I mean, you get crowds and cheering and
right. So it was losers, fun. So. I just saw a truck race. We went to the fair and they had at the Montgomery County Fair, and they had like the race as well with the truck. So I don't know, it's just really fun. I think people should push themselves out their comfort zone, and you never know what you might like if you try.
That's very true. I agree with that. So I went to one some years ago, and I was the same thing. I grew up watching, them on TV here and there. George Michael's Sports Machine, that kind of stuff. Yes,
legend. Yep.
And it's like, you don't know what you're getting into until you see it.
And I was
like, this is wild. It was at the, whatever they call it now, Verizon, MCI, that arena.
Yeah, Capital One now. I know. They've been through so many names.
I knew it was Capital One. But anyways, it was probably Verizon when I went to
Right, and they do it there, right?
And they did it there. I was like, this thing's a basketball arena. They play hockey here. Why are there mounds of dirt 30 feet high? Like,
but it's so
the whole thing is wild.
Yeah.
So it was a fun experience that I never would have been like, I need to do this. But having done it, All right. Do you, a wardrobe capsule. If you could wear one outfit for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Oh my gosh, this is a hard one.
I was going to say, you who talk about your personality and creativity.
But it's so funny. I'm not a fashion girl. Like, I'll say I'm not a fashion girly by trade. Like, I grew up a tomboy. So, like, all this fashion stuff is new to me. So, like, I have to credit my amazing team that, like, definitely helps me along the way. I love, like, rompers. So, like, the one-piece sets, I probably would be, like, some type of romper that I could like easily throw on and take off.
As a guy, we're gonna get.
Do I need to explain a little bit more?
No, I get it. My daughter wears them. My wife has worn I get it. That seems to be the most most annoying thing to have to use the bathroom with.
You just can't drink a lot of water that day. That's the only thing. Like, that's the lesson. So, like, I don't wear them on the airplanes and stuff.
Just dehydrate yourself while you wear this. You'll be
Pretty
fine.
much. Drink water at the end of the day.
Okay, because I think that my daughter.
They're so easy to like throw on, and they look good. Like, I've never seen a bad looking romper.
Okay, all right, I'll take it. Yeah, I will probably never wear a romper, but just my viewpoint on it. All right, name 3 living people you'd like to work with. And they don't have to be in your field.
Oh, 3 living people I'd like to work with. Oprah Winfrey would be the first. She is the role model, and kind of why I'm honored to go be known by 3 letters, because Oprah was always the role model, and people have called me the sports Oprah, which has meant everything to me. So She's definitely one. Barack Obama, former president, definitely. I think he's one of the best speakers of our generation. So would love to just talk with him about like just relatability. I think he just had that, and just like natural swag.
Sure.
And swagger that he had.
I mean, SNL did the whole be cool thing. Keep it cool.
I'm telling you, like, it's just, wow. Oh, my gosh. The third one's hard because there's so many people that you could pick. But probably third. Ooh, this is a hard one. Oh, this is a hard one. I honestly might have to say Beyonce. And it's not just because of Beehive member, but I think, like, what she represents and, like, to still be attracting the crowds that she's attracting, like, at her age. And I think, honestly, how she's really protected her brand in a way, I think would just be something fun. And, yes, I still want to know Becky with the good hair. So I would talk to Beyonce.
All right, so what we got here?
Maybe Solange, too, to get that answer. But
So do you have kids?
No kids.
Okay.
Mentees and students that feel like my kids at times.
Do you want to have kids maybe?
I think eventually in the future, once my career slows down.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the question is, how does having kids affect your work?
Yeah.
Obviously, it's not a question you can answer, but I think having, like you said, interns, mentees, the hope for kids, what do you expect that may or may not do to your work? Not so much in getting things done, but like maybe how you perceive life.
That's a good question. Honestly, a lot of my amazing like female bosses have had kids, and I commend them. And I think especially during COVID, like we got an inside glimpse into the life of people with kids, right? Because you'd be on Zoom calls and like see these cute little kids like moving around, or people would bring their kids in. I think for me the biggest thing is I always wanted to be present. Like my parents worked a lot, but they were present. Like my dad never missed an honor roll assembly. He was NAACP president. He was PTA president. My mom would come to like my games and my honor roll assemblies.
Yeah.
And I think for me, like I've always like never, and this is no shame to anybody that does it, but like I never wanted my kids to be raised by like a nanny. And I feel like at this time in my career, I would have to have that because I'm always on the move. I'm always going and running. And, you know, I see people like bring their kids on, you know, like on the road and stuff too, but I just think it's a lot. Like, I'm like, if I'm tired, like I see some of the kids that like walk around in these strollers with parents, and I'm like, those kids are tired.
Yeah. No, you're right.
And I just never would want my kids to feel like that. So I think for me, I always kind of knew I would be an old mom. Shout out to Janet Jackson. But I think there's a new norm where like that's kind of almost embraced, which is kind of nice. Like I feel like before women really did have to choose between like career and kids.
Sure. I
think now you see more of the two, but I think with what I'm doing, I just wouldn't be the time or place. And, you know, I think as women, like it's an honest question you have to ask, right?
Absolutely.
Also in my family, like unfortunately difficult childbirth has been a thing, right? So that might be something that, you know, again, I don't know, but that could be something that, you know, could potentially impact me. So, you know, there's just so many different things there. But I think for me right now, like I love, I guess, the freedom that I have.
Sure.
But I also do love the responsibilities. Like my students, like all those, they feel like they're in my email like they are my kids, I feel like almost, right? You know, I have a mentor that says, you know, we're the non-tax deductible kids. That's kind of what I feel like I have right now. But yeah, I just don't think I'd be able to offer myself to my children right now if I had some, right? So
well, I love the idea of being present and what that really means.
It means so much.
And the example that you've seen from your own parents.
Yes.
We cannot overstate, I think, how important it is to be present.
It does, for the good and bad moments.
Right, I agree with you, especially in today's world where kids are being raised by cell phones,
right,
by social media, and just the doors that those things open too soon.
Yeah. And the kids might not be talking about, you know, they're talking to others probably about it, not the parent. You know, I think for me, like, at all the good moments my parents were a part of, I'm also glad they're part of. Like, I'll never forget, I played volleyball in high school. I'll never forget, we played at this school, Damascus. I went to Clarksburg High School. And I'll never forget, like, we lost to Poosville High School, and I never touched the ball that game. And I'll never forget, it was so funny because my dad was running late that day. This is like pre, you know, like cell phone, like bag, and like my cell phone wasn't like a thing. But I remember he got there, and I was already like packed up, and he was like, "Wait, like, isn't the game still going on?" I was like, we got spanked.
Yeah.
And it was like, but it was like so comforting though to still have him there because like I had never lost like that before. Yeah. So again, like that's that being present, and then my dad being able to come get me, like it meant something because it was difficult.
It really does.
And I had to learn how to lose and how to lose bad, right? And again, that meant something for them to be present for both my best moments in childhood, but also my worst moments in childhood.
I get that. My dad was in the Air Force, so I was a military brat, and we were in Italy when I was in high school, and so we played sports against other military bases, hours away. Right. And so we had a trip, you know, in Livorno near the Pisa, and so it was like a 4-hour drive, whatever.
Yeah,
I was out there wrestling. I was wrestling. My parents showed up. They did the drive on the weekend, and I lost like real quick. Yeah. Like, we drove 4 hours to see you lose in 35 seconds. This is awesome. But it meant a lot for me to see them there.
Yes,
and I know that, you know, there were more matches I had, blah, blah, blah. But like, it was one of those things where you really see what it is to be present. Now, they did get to go off and go see the Leaning Tower of Pisa. And all that kind of
cool stuff.
You know, it wasn't that bad. But that was still something that sacrifice that they made to be there.
Exactly.
You know, and they dragged my little brothers along too.
Right.
Who didn't care at all.
Right.
But that was family, and that's what it meant.
And that's what it did.
That's that's the being present thing. And so I feel the same way about my kids now. Want to be present.
Yeah.
Want to see
as much as you can.
As much as I can. We went to, you know, my wife's son, he had a football scrimmage. And we're like, we're going.
Right.
And we're down there, we're watching, you know, he's getting yelled at and this kind of thing, and we talk about it afterwards.
Yeah, I love that.
It's fun to see and to encourage, to be part of the growth and to be part of the
I agree. I love when parents come up to me even at games, right? And like, that's my baby, this one. And I love that, right? I don't get to do high school as much now. But like them being present, and maybe they don't know that in that time, but that means something. And I think sometimes kids might not always express that. Like, I've realized how important it is to me kind of as I've gotten older. But like, you know, back then, like still I'm like, I was lucky too, right? Because I knew not everybody's parents were able to do that, right? And so I don't take that for granted, and I want to give future children that same opportunity.
I love it. Yeah, I think that's very cool. What else do we have in here? Okay, so similar to the other question about people you want to work with, who's an artist in a completely different field who totally blows your mind?
An artist in a completely different field that completely blows my mind. This might be so weird to people, but like I've heard about Bruce Springsteen my entire life. My high school journalism teacher would always talk about him, always had posters. And even now, like for some reason, his concerts and things still come up. The reason why I bring him up is because I think he's found a way to keep relevant in an industry that most people would say pushes you out as you get older. So I think the fact that he can still like pack stadiums, still be talked about, you know, at his age.
Yeah.
And contrary to popular belief, people might not think I like country music, but I do. My family actually is related to Muddy Waters. That's the whole thing. But anyways, I would love to talk to Bruce Springsteen. I hear his name so much just in random conversations, and the fact that he has so much relevance now, I think means something.
Yeah. It's funny you say that. My wife went to see Zach Bryan in MetLife Stadium earlier this summer. And she said it was madness, and he packed out 2 days or whatever it was, just sold out show. Well, Bruce was his secret guest. She said the people were going nuts for Zach. And they went nuts
for Bruce, right?
More nuts for Bruce. Yes. And he sang one song, and she was like, I never heard a crowd that loud, you know? And so it was really wild to see all of these varieties of people there for Zach, who's got, you know, a country kind of vibe to him, you know? So she's like, I never saw so many cowboy boots in northern Jersey at all. But then Bruce comes on, and then the whole place erupts like he's, you know, he's their godfather
presence,
kind of thing.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think you're right. I mean, to be able to have that kind of longevity and to still command a stage like that,
I would love to learn.
Yeah.
Bruce, teach me your ways.
Yeah, right? I can learn too, so all right, let's see here. I think we're getting close on time, so let's see here. Here we go. What's something you do that you wish you could stop doing?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Self-control.
I know. I think I overthink things.
Oh,
like kind of going back to social media posts, like I will, like before I post, like I'll probably read it like 6 times. I'll probably look at the picture like 10 times just to make sure it's perfect. So I think I just kind of need to like let things go sometimes and let things be. I am a person that's kind of always been a boss, a leader. So it's hard for me, I think, to like think that like things don't have to like just be constantly, I think, looked at. Yeah. So I think I just need to stop overthinking and like sometimes just like, it's okay to post this, and it's okay if you have a little small error in that. Like you can go back and it's not going to be the end of you. Are you one who lets the perfect be the enemy of the good? I think sometimes I do. Yeah, and that's why I'm like, because I'm tough on myself, and it's good and bad, right? Because obviously to get better, you have to be tough on yourself. You can't think you're like perfect. But then the downside of that is it's kind of like I don't know what it is. I think to also enjoy my wins because of that. Like my mind is always on the next thing, So like I think that's something I'm trying to challenge myself to do too, is like be present in the moment, and like it's okay to give yourself a pat on the back. Yeah. And to that point, like I said, it's like you don't have everything doesn't have to be like, you know. Well, a social media post should take you like 20 minutes to post. Right. And also people don't really care as much as we think that they do. They don't. They really don't. And they just read it and like, boom. And like, I'll look back and I'm like, ooh, I might have like forgot this period or something. And no one cares. And if they do, it's the one. Except my mom. It's the one troll. Like, Kelsey, this grammar was wrong. But I need her. That's her job though. I need her to do that. But anybody else, like, they won't care. And so that's what I think I just have needed to learn is like, it's okay to like, again, just be you and like not have to be like perfect per se. Yeah, I get that. All right, one more and we'll get you out of here. All right. All right. Are there any substances, tricks or rituals that help you get the creative juices flowing? I think whenever like I'm in a funk, I put on music. Okay. Music has like, and it's a shame that God did not give me a voice to sing, but my sister has the voice. She's the singer in the family. Music is like my go-to, and like I will put on everything from like I'm a 90s R&B, 2000s R&B girl to like Glorilla now and like Sexy Red. I have a wide range of music tastes. It's funny how many times people answer a question. Like, could we have a couple music questions? How many people in the creative field or who say they're creative? Music is such a huge part of their life. Yeah, put it in my ears for a little bit because there's a song for everything, right? Like there's a song for every emotion that you're feeling, and so I will put something in my ears, maybe listen to 2 or 3 songs, and then automatically the juices are flowing, and then I take my earbuds out and I'm right back on track. So I think music has been like my go-to. So like I always have like music in my phone. I love going to concerts when I'm not crazy busy. Like live music is kind of I love live music, but when I don't have access to live music, music has been the thing that like just kind of gets me out of that like funk and like just keeps me going. It's my therapy essentially. Sure. Well, there's something about it like you lyrics can touch how you're feeling in a way that's really powerful. Yes. They can make you like sway you out of a certain funk or they can get you deeper into a certain depending funk, on the song right. You're listening to. Very, very powerful. Nostalgia is a big part of it too. Yeah. You know, where you were when you heard a song, what was going on in your life when you maybe hear that song again. Yeah. it draws something. Like for me, one of the best songs I listen when I'm like in a funk is called "It's Believer" by Christina Milian, and I encourage everybody to listen to it. But you know, it's a beautiful song, and she talks really about believing in yourself and like, you know, kind of. So it's like when I like doubt myself, which I do. I know people think on social media that everything's perfect. It's like, no, I have downtimes.
Kind of what the point is.
But right, social media is supposed to show your wins, you know. Yeah. And I think, but I do think there's a beauty in showing vulnerability. Yes. I think I'm learning to get to that point. But like when I put that song on, it's kind of like it erases everything. And like gospel music too. I'll put in gospel music a lot too. Like when I'm just like, I just need inspiration, right? And just like, just that belief again. Because I'm human. Like, and yes, when you work a lot, I wouldn't say I burn out, but like my mind does have to stop. Sure. And so sometimes I got to get something like to just keep it, you know, that going. Because I naturally talk fast. I naturally think fast. And so like when you are so high energy and you are extroverted, I do have my introverted times where I need to like decompress. But something that decompress time, like my mind sometimes goes clear and I'm like, wait a minute, I need to like finish this or that. So just pop the music in and then like somehow it brings it back. Yeah, I love that. Well, on that note, we will let you get on with your day. Thank you. This was a lot of fun, Kelsey. I really enjoyed it. Everybody, that's what we have for now. Come back with more later. Bye. Bye.